Hey guys, it's Sharika and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I would love to have you. So today we are doing some giant king crab legs and I have my Florida butter back here. For today's drink, I'm doing a peach Bellini. So let's go ahead and say grace. Happy Friday. Y'all, I am so late. I'm running late. Let me take a sip. Oh, that's really good. I'll pop up a picture of the mix that I use for this. And then I just added some tequila. Ooh, it's so good. Y'all, so we hit 80,000. Don't talk to me, don't look at me, okay? Get the people on the phone that's gonna handle my paparazzi, my emails, and everything else, okay? Don't talk to me. She ate it. Don't talk to. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Y'all know never, okay? Same OG. Never change, okay? Even when we get to the milli, same OG. But we're on our way to 100,000. So excited. I could taste it. It's so close. I could taste it. So thank y'all so much for y'all support. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know y'all my girls, my people. Y'all know I love y'all, okay? Well, now that we got that out, no. So I do have a story time for today. And I think this is the last story time that I'll be doing from Fear Thy Roommate. This was the last one that looked a little juicy. So girl, we're gonna do the first dip. I'm gonna just take like this little small piece back here and we're gonna get our dip on. All right, it's the first dip. Look at that. Okay, and I do have some lemon. So we pop some lemon on there. Let me bite this first, y'all. Ooh. So good. I just turned off my warmer. So it's still a little hot. So if some sauce gets on it, it'll sizzle. So I hope that don't bother anybody. Not that anybody complain, because y'all be ready to get them like, who said something? Well, what about it? Pipe down, little mama, pipe down. Okay. Oh, y'all look. Yes. Y'all know I don't do this Florida butter too much. So when I do it, it's a treat. Okay. Woo. That thing good. So girl, there was this girl named Sarah. Sarah was 19. And she worked at a pizza shop. So every morning she would ride her bike to work. This one particular day, she showed up at the job the same time as her boss, Harold. And I'm using real names because I just watched it. It's fresh in my mind. So she gets to work. So Harold cracked a joke like, you're early again today, I see. Right? I know y'all like, girl, hush for a second. Mm-hmm. Ooh. So her boss makes a joke, I see that you're early again today. So she said, yeah, you know, my parents are going through a divorce and I just want to get out the house. So when she said it, she seemed a little sad. Like he could tell something was really bothering her. So he said, well, are you okay? She was like, no, you know, I just want to leave the house, but I can't afford it, but I need to get away. Like, it's just driving me crazy. Seeing them fight, seeing them break up, it's driving me crazy. So he said, well, you know, I got this big house and it's just me. So would you like to come stay with me? And she was like a daughter to him. She had been working with him working for him for years. So he wanted to help her out. So she was like, are you serious? You know, she's so excited. So he was like, well, let me talk to my girlfriend, Amy, and make sure everything is everything. So she don't think it's no funny business. Meet us at the house this afternoon. Okay. Now, Amy didn't live there, but that was still his girlfriend. So, you know, you got to let her know what's tea, because, honey, you got this young girl staying here. What's going on? Okay. So he talked to Amy, and Amy thought it was a really good idea. Now, the reason, a little backstory on Harold, the reason why he had this big house all by himself was because he owned 3 pizza shops. They were doing very well. He was very successful. And his plan was to one day bring in foster kids. Right? So Amy said it was cool. Sarah came over with all her stuff. Moved right in. Right? Now, Amy was really excited with the area. He lived around a lot of like this wooded area, and that was right up her alley. She always wanted to just live away from everybody and just become, you know, a survivalist. So she loved it. Next morning, they cooking breakfast. He making avocado toast. Just living a life. Everything all good. He would teach her how to make omelets. You know, just trying to show her some responsibility. Teach her different things, whatever. Time went on. She started getting messy. I feel like that's like the biggest thing for roommates. Like, you gotta know, we gotta have that talk. She started being really messy. She wasn't, you know, when they run out of toilet tissue and things like that, she wasn't replacing anything. So he had to have that talk with her. She said, I didn't realize that everything was so expensive. You know, and I want to be able to pay you, you know, the rent. So he said, okay, well, why don't you get a credit card? So she said, you know, I tried to get a credit card, but I keep getting denied. So he said, okay, I'll co-sign on the credit card for you, right? Like I said, they had like a father-daughter relationship. He co-signs for the credit card. Next day, she done been to the mall. But she also bought toothpaste, you know, all the toiletries that she needed. But she had a few shopping bags. So he told her, you know, slow up on using your credit card now, because you know you still have to pay rent, you know, whatever. Time went on. Now she's able to buy her nice outfits and things like that. But she still, her self-esteem still was a little low because she didn't like her nose. So she would be moping around the house. Let me dip this for y'all. She would be moping around the house. Look, y'all. Ooh, y'all know y'all want it. I want it, okay? I'm feeling real greedy tonight. So she would be moping around the house, child. She just like, she don't like her nose. So he was like, well, you can buy another nose. And I'm looking like, well, goddamn, Harry, like y'all doing it like that? Like, I could just walk around my daddy and be like, I don't like my nose. Like, you gonna fix that or not? Girl, so he was like, you could buy another nose. So she was like, I'll never be able to afford that. So he was like, I'll pay for it. So now, Harold done bought this girl a whole new nose. Time goes on. The business start failing. Okay? The business start failing. Bills start piling up. So, and Harold started getting stressed out. So now he nitpicking. Every little thing she do is a problem. She leave her shoes in the kitchen, which that'll be a problem for me too. Who is it? Child, I had to stop the video because my son knocking on the door like he crazy. Anyway, so she started leaving stuff in the floor. Just every little thing that she was doing. She was late on paying rent. So he had a problem. So he started nitpicking her with that. Telling her, you owe me money, you owe me money. Right? So she just couldn't get caught up on her bills because she was so behind. She owed credit card bills, she owed rent, and she had to pay for this nose job. She had to pay him back. She was pulling extra hours at work, but it wasn't enough. So he decided that he was going to talk to his girlfriend and tell his girlfriend that he's thought about kicking her out, but he don't want her to basically just be scot-free and don't pay him back his money. And he also told his girlfriend that the restaurants were getting ready to close down because business was just, it went downhill somehow. So he was having financial issues big time. He was thinking about filing bankruptcy, but he had to let the employees know that he has to close the restaurants down. So this is just stressing him out. And of course, this was overtime. So girl, hold on, what piece I want to eat? Y'all like this one? Okay. So girl, one day he throws the bill, the credit card bill, on Sarah while she watching TV. Just being real disrespectful. She trying to watch Grey's Anatomy, and he throws the credit card bill on her lap. So she opened the credit card bill. It's $6,000. So she was like, this can't be right, this can't be right. So he was like, no, it's right. How do you think I paid for that nose job? He put it on the credit card. Right? So she was like, well, I cannot afford this. Like, I can only make small payments. I can't afford this. And I told you I would pay you back, but I didn't want you to put it on the credit card bill. So now they beefing. He was like, you gonna have to pay me back. You need to pay me my money. This, that, and the third. She goes to work. He told everybody that he was gonna be closing down the restaurant. He handed out everybody the last check, but never gave her her check. So now he's keeping her money. His girlfriend ended up coming over because they had plans. And he told her, you know, he just snapping on everybody. So he told her, you know, it's over. I can't deal with you no more. I can't handle this. I'm going through too much. It's over. Whatever, whatever. What are you doing here? Why do you show up at my house? So she was like, then you remember we had a whole date. And I done showed up with Starbucks. I done came all the way over here. You need to give me some gas money or something because I'm not making no blank trips. He was like, I can't deal with this no more. It's over. I'm done with you. So she like, what? Like, wait a minute. Pipe down. You tripping right now. You not in your right mind. Are you sure about this? And give me some money to, who gonna pay for this Starbucks? I got us pumpkin spice and banana nut bread and you talking about you done with us, right? So she walked off. He done broke up with his girlfriend. When Sarah gets home, Harold at the table, drunk as a skunk. Matter of fact, drunker than Cooter Brown. And we done been through this before about who Cooter Brown was. Drunker than Cooter Brown. Talking about, she left me. She gone. I done messed it up. And I want to just apologize to you for being so hard on you. I know you're going to pay me back my money. This, that, and the third. So she was like, okay, Harold, thank you so much. We could just start over. Everything will be fine. I promise you I'll get another job and I will pay you back your money. Tell me why Harold stands up and try to kiss her. Right? Now, she 19. So she just like, wait a minute, like, what are you doing? So, because she always looked at him like her daddy. Like, not that kind of daddy though, but, you know, like a father figure, because he helped her out. He always looked out for her. She worked for him for years, and he knows like all of her, you know, all of her personal business. So she was just devastated. She couldn't believe that he did that. So they slept it off, whatever. The next day, he decided he was gonna go in there. Let me eat this stuff, girl. He was gonna go in there and apologize. And when he got in the kitchen, he can hear her humming. She has a white bunny, a white rabbit. She was holding it over the sink and slashed the rabbit's throat. Now, something triggered her, because they said whenever she was a young girl, one of the neighbors molested her. So that just, I guess, just sent all the feels, and she lost it. Okay. So he was like, you know, what are you doing? She was just like, no, I'm just, you know, I've always wanted to be able to hunt for my own food and just, you know, live off the earth and all this, that, third. So he was like, okay, I'll take care of the rabbit. Just don't worry about it. He apologized to her, and she was done, whatever. Later on that night, he left. He came back home. She was cooking dinner. So dinner was on, and then she was just telling him, you know, I accept your apology. We can just start over, new roommates. You know, you've helped me out so much. She had a beer for him in a glass, and she had her cup of water. They toast to new beginnings. He drank the beer, and he started getting a little woozy. So she had crushed up 4 Ambiens and put it in his beer. She told him to have a seat but by this, he didn't know that something was going on by this time. So he goes to the table, he sits down. He was like, it smells good in here. So she was like, yeah, I hope you're hungry. I cooked dinner, whatever. She puts the dinner in front of him. This girl done stewed the rabbit, which I know a lot of people eat rabbit. It wasn't a big deal, but it was still like in the shape of a rabbit. Like, it was just skinned. So it was food, okay? So he tries to push away from the table, but by this time the Ambien had hit him. So he's stumbling around, and he passed out. Now this is the part that she shared, of course. So she said she tied him up, she got on his back, and she tried to cut his head off. She couldn't get it all the way off, but damn near, okay? She used a towel to wipe up some of the blood, and with the blood that was on the towel, she wrote on the wall, freedom, and she left. The daddy, her real daddy, called the police to send them over there to do a wellness check, because they hadn't heard from her in days. The police go over, shine the light in the house. They see a cell phone on the table. Now they have Sarah's number from her dad, and remind you, this is days later. The cell phone rings. They could see the cell phone lighting up, vibrating, doing its thing. They go to another window, and they could see a body laying on the floor. They bust in the house, and they find Harold with his head almost off completely. But Sarah was gone. So she had took his car. So of course now she's the prime suspect. So the police one night, like a week later, one night a police was in a park and found Harold's car, and Sarah was in the back seat asleep. They take her down to the station. They ask her, you know, do you know why you're here? And she said, yes, because I killed Harold. So she told him the whole story, why she did it. And, you know, she said she just felt like she was a prisoner. She couldn't take it. He wouldn't let her leave. And then when he made those sexual advances at her, she said that was just the last straw. She couldn't take it no more. And she did that. So she was charged with, I think it's manslaughter. And they said she was charged with a hard 50. Now, I don't know, hard or soft, whatever, but 50 years is a long time for me, okay? Okay, guys, so I hope you're done eating. If you're eating with me, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. I am Sharika B, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.